Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Tim PE stream. Hope you had a good Sunday. I certainly did. We got a lively chat already. Symbol, Iowa Flyer, Thanatos. Good to see all of you. Thanks for tuning in. Especially you, Symbol. This is our subscriber thank you stream for Symbol. Symbol is a real-world private pilot from Arizona, and he's been a long-time viewer of the stream and a friend of mine for a couple of years, who I met through Flight Simon. Since he's been watching the stream for a while, he saw a stream that I did about 4 or 5 months ago where we tried to land a 757 at Aspen. It didn't go particularly well. We didn't even attempt the landing. We basically just had to do a missed approach and divert to Denver. It was ill-advised from the start, and his challenge to me was to essentially recreate many of the parameters of that. We will be flying tonight from Albuquerque, where we are now, which I've never flown into or out of, so I'm stoked about that, to Aspen. Thankfully, we are doing it in a plane that is a little bit more realistic. We'll be in the IXEG 737. We're not trying to take a 757 in there tonight. Technically, this plane is like right on the edge of what's legal into Aspen in terms of both weight and wingspan. The limitation for wingspan for Aspen is 95 feet, and that happens to be exactly the wingspan of this aircraft. I looked, and no carriers currently operate 737s into Aspen. It's all Dash 8s or CRJs. So it should be fine. We are doing it in the daytime this time. When I streamed it last time, I was at night, and that didn't help. Technically, the procedure we flew was not even authorized to be used at night, so that wasn't ideal. But as is usual, we're loaded up at the gate. I'm on PilotEdge. I have done very little other work, so you can follow along for the experience. Questions, as always, are completely and totally welcomed. I do the stream for the questions for the chat. Good evening, Fred. Yes, questionable decision making is the name of the game. I will disclaim right from the front that you should not be at all surprised if this stream ends in tragedy of one kind or another. But hopefully it'll be entertainment. In an attempt to subvert as much of the tragedy as possible, we are going with a fairly light load. I told Simbrief I wanted 40 passengers. So we will be running a departure takeoff weight of under 100,000 pounds with only about 11,000 pounds of fuel. So it'll be a light flight. Only 40 people were willing to risk their lives on this venture of ours. Flight time should be about an hour and 25 minutes up to Aspen. I'm planning to fly real world weather most of the way, and then we'll dial down the weather if needed. Although at the moment, Aspen is reporting broken at 11,000, which is right around minimums. So we may not need to alter the weather too much to have a challenging approach. I have not filed yet, so we'll go ahead and do that. In terms of flight planning, I basically went with the regular old standard flight plan on this route, which would be Largo 2, the Rattlesnake transition out of Albuquerque. Normally that would be it. In this case, I added a couple more VORs to get us to Red Table, DBL. And the reason we did that, go away, is that Red Table, which is just north of Aspen Airport, is the initial approach fix for the approach that Symbol has requested, which is the most difficult approach into Aspen, of course. So we're going to put a quick note in here, since we know we may be running custom weather. Everything else looks fine. Boeing 733, Slant Lima, Albuquerque to Aspen, 36,000 feet. Denver is the alternate, which is what we had to use last time we attempted this flight. So we'll be prepped for that. Largo to departure Rattlesnake. And then J10 to HBU, which is Blue Mesa right here. And then it's about 60 miles north to Red Table. So roundabout Blue Mesa is when we'll start tweaking the weather if needed. I'm also going to put in here, wish me luck. And we know we want the VME VOR DME Charlie. Wish me luck. I don't know if a controller will see that or care, but it makes me smile, so we'll do it. All right, that is filed. double check our fuel, because that's a different kind of emergency that we don't want to, we're not setting out to simulate this time. Our block fuel that we're supposed to take on is 10.9. I'm going to nudge that up just a little bit to 11.4, just in case. Yeah, Than, sorry, you're in the middle seat there. All right, let's go ahead and get power on. Ground power is available, so we'll go ahead and get the battery on. Turn the exit lights. Get everyone started sitting down and pull on our ground power. Bring on the electric hydraulic pumps. Make sure our brake is set. It is. In the IRS alignment process here. Been a little while since I've been in this plane. We've been flying smaller stuff lately. Been fun. I've enjoyed it. All right. Bring the fuel pumps on. Everything else looks fine. Important switch. Galley power needs to come on. Can get some coffee going. Window heat can come on. Pitot heat can come on. Rest of that all looks good. We'll go down here and set our radio. COM 1. And we'll do some initial programming. As is usual, I'm not going to do a ton of programming until we call in and get our clearance. Just because you never know what routing we might get. Although in this case, if we do get a different routing, I might quibble with it a little bit. Hey, Warning, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate that. All right, routing. We're going from, oops, I didn't put it in the init ref. We should do that. Albuquerque. But here's a question. Why hasn't my, oh, 1435, not 1453. I think that happened to me last time too. I had the wrong, nav is the normal ground, alignment. They are not instant in this plane, and actually it's one of my few beefs with it is that they take forever and there's no way to skip them. But nav is what all the manuals say to use. I don't know if it's actually correct or not. All right. So like I said, we're not going to put the route in yet because we need to kind of figure out what the plan is here. Take a quick look at the Albuquerque ATIS. Looks like we can expect runway 8 for departure. For those of you who have not been here, I'll throw up the map real quick. The runway 8 is right here, happens to be right next to the terminal, so it'll be a short run on the ground. All right, there's our flight plan. Now it's showing up. That's good. Okay. Clearance deliveries on 119.2. There we go. As is our way, I'll check the PilotEdge map real quick.
And ground for Watermark 213. Any chance for an intersection departure? We don't need full length.
Radios sound like they're fine.
Watermark 213, roger, intersection departure, Lima.
WX switch is this one right here. WXR, that's where the chemtrails dispenser is.
Watermark 213, roger, intersection departure November, then approved and...
Or weather modification.
Right.
No, actually it's a weather radar.
Departure November,
and it does work in this plane, so we'll turn that on when we need it. All right, we can put the yaw damper on so it stops yelling at us. Next to a thing I was programming. WX. Oh yeah, up here. Yeah, weather radar.
And
yeah,
Monterey Tower.
and this tilts the
November
radar up and down.
Watermark 213, Monterey Tower, southbound departure approved, runway 28 left at November, clear for takeoff, wind 040 at 6.
28 left at November, clear for takeoff, Watermark 213.
Who are we? We're Southwest 1453. All right. Right. Albuquerque delivery, good evening, Southwest 1453, clearance to Aspen.
Southwest 1453, Albuquerque clearance, clear on request, standby.
We will stand by. Yeah, no worries then.
Bonanza 92 Tango, turn left on Bravo, text parking via Papa, remain this frequency.
While we're sitting here, we can
Bravo,
get the local altimeter in, which is 3014. There we go. Could do our takeoff calculations, I suppose, too. Or performance numbers. So what do we have for zero fuel weight? 3.6. Taking 2,000 for reserves. Cruise altitude.
Charlie Golf Victor, Zulu Bravo, connect Seattle.
This evening, 36,000 for takeoff. Flaps 5 departure, 117, 119, 130. You can tell we're pretty light because usually those numbers are about 20 knots more. Hey, Chili, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for joining us. We're going to make some questionable decisions tonight. I'm excited. While we're sitting here, I'll get the APU started.
Seattle Center, Roger F. Correction, squawk and maintain VFR, frequency change approved.
I'm on right tower. Just one real quick question. With the restricted areas just to the south of the airport, do you know if those are cold tonight or are they warm?
Water Americas 213, they're currently cold.
All right, thank you.
I'm excited.
Water Americas 213.
I'm excited for this stream. I think this one's going to be fun.
All right, southbound departure is approved. Yep, we're just going to head to the coast.
I just turn all the lights on sellouts. It's all good.
American 30 connect Seattle Center 135.15.
We're not big on checklists for flights like this. I would, however, like my APU to actually start. That would be helpful. There we go. Nope, not the.
1453.
Delivery Southwest 1453, ready to copy.
American 30 Seattle Center, roger.
Okay.
Southwest 1453, clear to the Aspen Airport. Largo 2 departure. Rattlesnake transition, then asphalt.
Hey,
Maintain 8,000. I'm sorry, correction. Maintain 9,000. Departure frequency 120, correction, 127.4. And squawk 2116.
Okay, Southwest 1453 is cleared. Aspen as filed. Largo 2, Rattlesnake. Initial climb to 9,000. Departure 122.4 and squawk 2116 for Southwest 1453.
Southwest 1453, departure frequency 127.4.
All right, 127.4, 1453. Sorry about that.
Southwest 1453, read back correct.
Alrighty. Go ahead and throw power onto the APU. APU bleed can come on. Get some air conditioning for the moment. We will go ahead and do our route now. So we are going off runway 8 on the Largo 2 to Rattlesnake.
Tower, Aero 41585, VOR runway 8 approach.
From there, the next, basically there are airways on our route, but we're going to go ahead and just go direct from to VOR to VOR because there's no fixes in the middle. DVL.
41585.
We'll leave that there. Check that. Looks good. Did our takeoff already. FMC is programmed. We still need to wait for the IRSs to finish aligning before we can push. 2 minutes. That will bring these two gauges here up. While we're waiting, we can review the departure procedure. Largo 2. 2 pages. So we're on the Rattlesnake transition, which is this northern leg. Looks pretty simple. Let's read the instructions, make sure it is.
Nancy Niner 092 Tango.
Assigned
757,
heading.
good evening.
4 vectors to filed. Assigned
Roger,
route.
good day.
Runway 8 departures. On passing 5750. Okay, we're currently at 5380, so basically they just want us to climb up to 5750. And basically the legs are, oops, the legs are, oh, thanks for the follow. Who was that? That was Landsy Relax. Lances Relax. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, Aspen.
KABQ-KASE,
This is citation
Janos,
592 Echo Sierra, requesting
Rattlesnake.
outbound clearance to
Easy
Las
enough.
Vegas.
We did not get the heading yet that we're supposed to get, so we'll be waiting for that. But let's go ahead and get the...
November 592 Echo Sierra, Aspen clearance. Clearly Las Vegas.
No, someone else is already at Aspen.
Departure,
We'll go over to
Junction,
ground
transition, then
with this radio. Oops. Tower will be
Hey, cleared Las Vegas.
120.3.
Departure, Grand Junction transition.
MMOs, MEMOS, and a bunch of numbers, YT. Thanks for the follow.
For citation 592
120.3.
Sierra.
citation 2 Echo Sierra, read correct.
All right, IRSs are aligned. We
I was
are
going earlier tonight, but I had a meltdown.
ready
after I
to
reached
push.
cruising altitude earlier.
We're off ground power. Remove it, please. Now, I've been having issues with this plane and the pushback system, which is supposed to turn your nose for you. So we'll try it. We'll try a nose left. Brakes are off. It's been just pushing me straight back. We'll see what happens tonight. Yeah, the ramp is huge. Totally. I haven't been hearing as many radio checks lately. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I also haven't been watching Marcus's stream because he's been moving, so. So see how we're going straight back and the nose is not turning like at all, even though the tug is turning us, supposedly? Yeah. Not sure what to make of that, but as was noted, the ramp is enormous, so we'll just go there. That's fine. And let's go ahead and start them engines. Do I have the Epic? Hey, Quantadin, good to see you this evening. I do not have the Epic. I would not be opposed to picking it up at some point, but I do not currently have it. Set our squawk 2 once the engine gets started going here. Watching N2 here. Okay. Oops. There we go. Transponder we were given was 2116. And we'll go on. And one's coming up for engine 1. Oh, the light's on, don't worry. See? Can also set our pressurization. Flight altitude will be 36,000. Any guesses on the landing altitude? Anyone? Anyone? 7,800 feet. Hey, Grotomatic, good evening. I've had track IR in the past. It is not for me. Not a fan. I'm pretty good with my views, and I like the way I like doing it this way. Any lights can come on. Sounds like we got a good start on one. Let's go ahead and toggle the gen, and we will start number 2. Maybe. We got air? Oh. Where's our... Why isn't it 2 starting here?
Twin Center, Twin Cessna 2634 Kilo.
Pumps are on, hydraulic pumps are on. I don't have...
Information Gulf.
I mean, I can do the ISO, maybe that's why. Yep, that was why. Didn't have air on the right side.
November 2634 Kilo, Oakland clearance.
That will do
Clearance
it.
standby.
I do not have the TBM. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I don't have a ton of planes. I tend to fly the same ones that I like a lot. So, all right, we can do flaps, set flaps to 5. Also go grab our trim. 3.4. That's the famous dot matrix printer. We were go ahead and put the flight director on, and we were given a climb of 9,000. Yeah, this is it's definitely up there as far as best planes and X-plane. The flight factor 757 is what I usually will say is my faves, but I have not tried it in X-plane 11 yet. So that's with the caveat that I've only tried it. Only flown it in 10, but we have a lot of hours in that plane that we have really enjoyed. All right, engine 2 is up.
November 264 kilo.
Power's
clear to
good.
the
AP bleed
Sacramento
can come
Executive
off.
Airport.
Oh, we had the packs on while we were
Oakland
starting. That
one
probably didn't help
departure.
the air situation.
Vectors Victor 6,
You can
Sacramento
come off.
VOR direct, maintain 5,000.
All right, bleeds are on,
Departure
packs are
frequency
good.
135.1,
Research's on.
Squawk 5401.
Yeah, quantity. Well, I can find something that will group fly with that for sure. Center tank
Clear to
does not have any fuel in it,
Sacramento,
so we don't need the fuel pumps for that.
departure, vectors, Victor 6,
Everything else looks ready to go.
direct, altitude
Set our auto brake to
5,000,
RTO.
departure frequency 135.1,
Flaps are set, trims is set.
Squawk 5401, 2634 kilo.
Twin Cessna 34 kilo, read back correct.
Where do we push off of here? Bravo something. No, it doesn't say. Milf Hunter Paul. Nice name. Thanks for the follow, though. Appreciate that. Albuquerque ground southwest 1453 just pushed off the terminal. Taxi for departure.
Southwest 1453, Albuquerque ground, runway 8, taxi B Alpha.
Alpha to runway 8 for 1453.
Aero 585, turn right when able, ground point niner.
Still haven't gotten that departure
Right,
heading. I'm gonna
heading
set it
over
to.
ground
I'm gonna
there,
set our heading
585.
bug to 080 because I have a feeling that's what it's gonna be. But we will interrogate the tower about that if needed. Oh, it's a race. It's a race. Don't you dare. That's right. That's right. Who's the boss? It's me. Okay, go on. Thanks for the follow. All right, now you can go. Yeah, I'm excited for the Mr. X Albuquerque. I have his Salt Lake and I have all of his freewares, and they are all great. Ah, so nice to drive a plane with a good ground handling. I think that might have been a Nissan Cube.
41585, clear of runway 8 at X-ray. X-ray, going to cutter.
With a moonroof. Totes.
November 41585, Albuquerque ground, taxi to Qatar Aviation via Echo.
Oh, I didn't realize someone else was on their way in.
Kilo, cross runway 12 at Echo 3.
Set the brake and see if we can see him.
Echo 3, kilo, and cross runway 12 at Echo 3, or 41585.
I don't see him. Might be underneath the runway. All right, tower is on 120.3. Our departure frequency was 127.2. Close a couple tabs here. All right, I think we're all good. Albuquerque Tower, Southwest 1453, short of runway 8, ready to go.
Southwest 1453, Albuquerque Tower, wind calm, turn left heading 310, runway 8, clear for takeoff.
Okay, left 310 and runway 8, clear for takeoff, Southwest 1453. There you go. There's our heading we were missing. I don't know why they don't just make that part of the departure procedure. I'm sure there's a reason. No, speeds are not set yet. Well, this can come up for a while. It will change automatically when we go to level change mode. So we'll go auto throttle and full power. V1. It's armed. I just switched it up. Besides, I'm hand flying at the moment anyway. All right, so we're through 5,700, so we can begin that left turn. Flaps 1. Flaps in. Hey, 501 Aviator, good to see you, buddy.
Aspen ground, citation 592 Echo Sierra at Alpha 4, request taxi, I have departure with the numbers.
Remember 592 Echo Sierra, Aspen ground, runway 33,
Controller change.
taxi via Alpha.
Runway 33, yeah, Alpha 592 Echo Sierra.
Southwest 1453, contact departure.
Or departure 1453. All right, let's go ahead and go up to 9,000. Hold that, please. There we go. Blew through that just a little bit. That's okay. Albuquerque departure, good evening, Southwest 1453, 8,900. We were given 27.2, right? Yeah, we sure were. Oh, 27.4, shit. Whoops. Albuquerque departure, good evening, Southwest 1453, 9,000.
Southwest 1453, Albuquerque departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 200.
200, and sorry about the late contact, we wrote down the wrong frequency.
No problem. November 2634 Kilo Oakland, ground, runway 28 right, taxi via Charlie.
Okay, we'll go level change up to 200. Hey Jazz, good to see you, buddy. We're through 10,000 here, so we can go to our climb speed of 280. I do level change because it maximizes the speed of the climb. Basically, it uses the climb engine settings for you automatically instead of having to balance both the speed and the vertical speed. So, Red Exit GT, thank you for the follow. Yeah, symbols, he's all right. I thought you like that sort of thing. And departure Southwest 1453, we're still on heading 310, just so you know.
Southwest 1453, Red.
So we knew that. Just making sure. Yeah, like Automatic said, if you using level change, I found is the best way to keep the speed up.
Southwest 1453, turn right direct to Hanos and resume the departure.
Okay, direct Hanos and resume the departure for 1453. So we'll go, Hanos is now our current. Exact that. Go LNAV. Oops, not BNAV, LNAV. That doesn't matter. BNAV to 20,000 is fine. 257-2002, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that.
Number 2634 Kilo Oakland Tower, wind 280 at 10, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff.
All right, so far so good.
Southwest Southwest 1453, contact Albuquerque Center 134.6 per hour.
34.6 for center for 1453. There we go. Albuquerque Center, good evening. Southwest 1453 through 16,900 for flight level 200. Hey, Toronto Rail, good to see you, buddy.
Southwest 1453, Albuquerque Center, roger. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
360, 1453. All right, that's our top. Bada bing. There we go. Passing through 18,000, we can go 2992 on the altimeters. Check our climb settings, make sure everything looks good. Yep, top of climb's at about 52 nautical miles. Cruising at flight level 360 and 0.732. Yeah, you can certainly climb and level change. I put it on VNav so that it'll use the programmed climb.
Driver 592 Echo Sierra, Aspen Tower, runway 33 cleared for takeoff, wind 130 at 9er.
In this case, we have a continuous climb since there's no step climbs or anything.
One Cessna 34 kilo, contact.
So it's gonna just take us up at 280. You can see it's got the target climb speed right there. So. But yeah, Cat 2 is Cat 2's an achievement. Hey 501, thanks for the follow, my friend. VNav descents can definitely be tricky on PE. You are correct about that. Alright, I said we'd get the weather radar on, so let's go ahead and do that. Gotta switch that, and we gotta switch this. Get a quick test pattern. There we go. See, there's some stuff out there. All right, so to review, since I can tell by looking at the numbers in the chat, we have some new people. This is the subscriber thank you flight for Symbol. So say hi to Symbol in the chat. If you are a subscriber, give our friend Symbol some wing logos, please. And thank him for his subscription to the channel. We are going to be flying up to Aspen today in the 737-300. This plane is not flown in the real world to Aspen because it is not safe. But here we are. Anyway, we are going to be flying the most difficult approach into Aspen because why not? The VOR DME Charlie approach. I have flown this approach before. It did not end in a successful landing. We did not crash. We ended up diverting to Denver, and we are fully prepared for that contingency on this stream as well. So for those of you who want a by the book, checklist heavy, extremely routine flight where nothing interesting happens, this is not that. You're prepared for a little hijinks, a little nonsense. Then I think tonight's gonna be fun. I've been excited about this one from the minute Symbol and I talked about it. I knew this would be good entertainment. There's a very good chance we will run off the runway because it's very short. There's a decent chance we will hit a mountain because they are freaking everywhere at this airport. GG Girls 624, thank you for the follow. Yep, alt is changed to standard. There you go. See? 2992. All good. Alright, you can bring the landing lights off now and the taxi light. And everyone is free to grab their beverages. They're going to need them, so you might as well. All right, coming up on Hanos and coming up on our top of climb. From Hanos, we'll basically go straight to Rattlesnake, so we'll be on this lake here, because this is Hanos, where we're going right now. And then from there, we'll be off the departure, and we'll be on the rest of our route, which, as you can see here, takes us from Rattlesnake up to Blue Mesa, from Blue Mesa to the Red Table, The destination airport is right south of Red Table, so we're going to actually fly over it. But the reason we're going up there is that's the initial fix for the approach.
Station 2, Echo Sierra, climb and maintain.
This isn't the first time.
210.
This isn't the last time we'll be looking at this chart, but we can take a look at it right now. See all these brown things? These are mountains. See this little strip right here? That's the runway. See how it's at 7,000 feet? See how it's like right next to a mountain that's at 11,000 and another mountain that's at 12,000 and another mountain that's at 14,000 and another mountain here, and like all of this is mountains?
Freeze are right.
Yeah.
Route is requested when you come back, check in with Oakland Center 132.905.
It gives you an idea. I described this as the exact opposite of last night's stream. For those of you that were with us last night for Athanatos' sub stream, hey Cap J, thanks for the follow, buddy. We had a very relaxing and enjoyable flight around the Midwest, where there's absolutely no obstructions of any kind. In fact, I'm pretty sure our plane was the high point of the state. Whenever we were on the ground, the tip of our plane was the highest thing in the city. So we made it a little bit interesting by turning the hey Ranger, long time bud, haven't seen you in a while. I'll put an ET up in just a sec on the status bar. To make things interesting, last night we added the dimension of weather, which was fun. That gave us
Southwest 1453, contact Denver Center 127.02.
2702 for 1453. The bad weather at least gave us a little bit of challenge. Made it a lot more interesting. Denver Center, good evening, Southwest 1453, flight level 325 for 360.
Southwest 1423, Denver Center, roger.
Oh man, preempted by Rick and Morty. Rude. Understandable, yet rude. Yeah, we'll see about the redemption part. We'll see about that. There's prior art for this. We had a very early stream where we landed at EGE and Eagle County, in which is another mountainous kind of ski resort airport.
1453, clear direct Blue Mesa, rest of route unchanged.
Okay, direct Blue Mesa, rest of route unchanged for 1453. Got ourselves a little shortcut. Doink. I said doink. No. Oh boy.
592 Echo Sierra, Denver Center, roger. Climb and maintain flight level 300.
There we go. All right, get ourselves a little right turn here. That'll shave some time off. Chavito, good evening and thank you for the follow. No worries, Ranger. I get it. I like Rick and Morty myself. 501, I think it's a SR20, isn't it? It's not an SR22. Am I wrong about that? I might be wrong. But I'm excited to get the V-Flight Cirrus myself. Hey, Kilo. Good to see you, buddy. And we got the Flight Sim IRC crowd out in force for this one. Nice to see everyone. All right, so we got about 130 miles to Blue Mesa. Gear lever can go to off, not down, off. Thank you. Yep, you are right, Kilo. Exactly right. Cannot do this flight in the real world. It is too big. Oh, now we got the Pickle Rick going in the chat. Love it. Yeah, I'm still on season 1. I just watched the Mr. Meeseeks episode like 2 days ago. I'm super behind. So I don't get all the quotes quite yet. I will someday. It won't be long. I'm making my way through it. but I get very little time to watch TV without the wife, and Rick and Morty is not her cup of tea, shall we say. I'm sure that's shocking news to all of you that have significant others. Just peeking at Aspen weather, it's now reporting clear skies. So we'll definitely need to mess with the weather a little bit to get ourselves some minimums. Although, in a way, I'm sort of sad to do that because... Jazz, buddy! Thank you, buddy, for the sub. You just did that so you could get a stream of your own. I like it. Yeah, let's see those wings. Put the wings up. Kilo, my friend. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all the support. You may wish to charge back those subs when we see what happens. Kilo, I think this is your next plane. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, the sub notice, I made that. That's an original Tim P creation right there. I'm very pleased with it. Well, me and Arby's made that. So we can probably do that. We should be able to do that. A Tim P joint. Yeah, exactly.
34 kilo contact North Approach 127.4.
Yeah, Kilo, I would get this plane for sure. I had fun making that sudden notification. In fact, I think it's actually a little bit short. I think I might. It was longer originally, and then I shortened it because I thought it would be annoying. And then I realized, because I wasn't sure how often it would be played. So we will. I'll have to change it to the longer version at some point. In fact, we're at Cruise. Maybe I can go do that real quick. I think I have it uploaded in Streamlabs. 1 second. Oh yeah, Kilo, I saw your link of flying over the Atlantic in a beach in a King Air. This is the longer one. I like that one. I think that will work just fine. That will work just fine.
One Cessna 34 kilo information. Hotel is current at executive advise when you've got that, and safe approach request when able.
So now whenever the sub goes off, it'll be even longer and more awesome.
One Cessna 34 kilo, roger, expect vision approach runway 20.
I did do a little scenery preview of Aspen to make sure it all was copacetic, and the Aspen area is absolutely stunning in with my ortho. We won't be able to see it on this flight because we're going to have the weather cranked down, but after we get on the ground, I'll clear it out and we can take a quick spin around and you can see just how nuts this airport is. Getting a lovely 60 knot crosswind here. That's awesome. That's why our track and our heading are a little off from each other here. Let's see what our top of descent is. Oh, it's not actually planning one for us. Okay. That's probably because I didn't put an approach in there, so it doesn't know what our last step is, but that's fine. The one thing we'll need to be very careful of on this approach is to be slow enough. It is very easy to fly these steep approaches way too fast. And that is not a recipe for success. Yeah, because see, look, we'll be doing a 40 flaps for sure landing, and our VREF is 118. Like, that's super duper slow for this plane. We're just gonna be dragging it around the sky. Oh, Ranger, yeah, that was the day on the live stream. I appreciate that, man. I think you still have the most recent donation as well from that stream back in February. So appreciate that, man, and I'm glad you got the giveaway. Glad you get a chance to fly it soon. That'd be awesome. Hey, Vaughn, 10,000. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. You bet, Ranger. Absolutely. It's good to see you, man. It's been a long time. I remember he used to be a regular on the stream back when we first started up around January, February, and then I took a couple months off for summer pursuits. And now we're back at it. Everyone ready for the eclipse tomorrow? I got my glasses. You can't see a damn thing. You haven't seen these before? They are completely like, I think they're 100,000 times more powerful than sunglasses. So you literally can see nothing except the sun with them. No, I can go outside of Symbol. I can go outside my front door and I'll be at 99.9%. So dealing with the traffic and insanity is not worth it for the extra 0.1%, especially with my kids and stuff. So. I'm pretty stoked about it though. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, Toronto, I almost forgot to get glasses.
Southwest 1453, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 240.
240 for 1453. The one thing we're gonna do on this flight for sure is we're going to take every opportunity we get to descend. I don't know where to get glasses other places. Around here they were everywhere since Oregon's getting flooded with people for this thing. So the glasses are everywhere here. But yeah, I looked on Amazon the other day and they were all like $15 or $20 a pair. Whereas at the store they were $2. If you could find them, a lot of stores sold out of them now. So luckily I got mine squared away. Yep, exactly, Symbol. The places that are on the 100% are getting tons of people. We've talked about it on stream a little bit, but Madras, Oregon, which is a town in central Oregon, high desert area, a town of about 6,000 people. They are currently at 200,000 people. Because it's in the totality zone and it's high desert, so there's like zero chance of cloud cover or anything. So they're having a huge, crazy festival out there. Even like arriving by small plane in a Madras, you need an arrival slot, you need a departure slot. It has a temporary tower. It's basically like Oshkosh in terms of fly-in traffic. It's that level of traffic. Pretty nuts. Yeah, Kilo, I'm interested in that V-flight Comanche. We've been having some fun in the Arrow. That's my first V-flight airplane. So.
Cessna 34 Kilo fighting 030 vectors visual correct runway 20 descend at pilot's discretion maintain 2000.
Yeah, you guys should go to Oshkosh. One of these days I need to make it up there. We do a thing, PilotEdge does a thing every year at the Pilot Proficiency Center. You can go fly in a sim and a Redbird sim with an instructor and do some IFR scenarios on the network. It's pretty cool. Just a big, like, temporary hangar-like building with like 15 Redbird sims in it. Pretty cool. And the crazy thing about Oshkosh is that's there, and that's not even close to being the coolest thing that you can do there. Like, it's not even on the spectrum.
Southwest 1453, recycle transponder, squawk 2727, receiving a duplicate.
2727 for 1453. Joe Venkot, thank you for the follow. Weird Noob Gamer 57, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. All right, Ranger. See you, buddy. Check the VOD. We'll see what happens. Or get on YouTube. This one will be on YouTube for sure. I'm a little behind on getting my stuff on YouTube. I gotta get last night's up still, but it'll be up sooner or later. Yeah, Navions are cool, man. I'm all about that. Solomon RJ, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Hope you all are enjoying the stream tonight. Hope you had a good Sunday. I've not yet watched Game of Thrones, so no Game of Thrones spoilers. I'm sacrificing watching Game of Thrones to put on the stream tonight. Yeah, that's the thing about Jazz's 140.
34 kilo advised executive airport
It's,
inside 11 o'clock 10 mile.
Those Cherokee 140s are not known for their useful load. C210T, good evening, sir. Good to see you, buddy. Got a good chat going tonight. Appreciate everyone being here. I think this is gonna be worth it. I think this is gonna be super fun. You can see already we're starting to get into the mountains here.
Cessna 34 kilo, rather clear visual first runway 20, enter the left downwind.
So far, though, I'm really pleased with these subscriber streams, the thank you flights we've been doing for everyone who subscribes. And I don't know how long we'll keep doing this because we'll eventually it won't scale. But I'm letting people call the shots on a stream. You set the airports, the weather, the air, the plane, everything. And we had two like A+ streams come out of that so far. So I am stoked to see that continue. C210, we will be on the VOR DME Charlie, per our friend Symbol. Can a plane fly without those triangle things on the sides? I'm not planning to find out on this stream. Maybe we can run that on another stream. We've dealt with engine failures on the stream. We have not dealt with structural failures. Yeah, exactly. With enough thrust, you probably could. I agree. All right, so I said when we got to Blue Mesa we would mess with our weather. We discovered on last night's stream that unfortunately we have to keep resetting it because when you set custom weather, it only sets it for where you are right now.
Left to downwind, runway 20.
So we'll have to keep pushing this button a couple more times, but we're going to do it right now. We need the base to be at about
Cessna 34 kilo, roger, radar service terminated.
11,000 to give us room. 3 miles viz. Fine. There goes the winds getting blown up, and we've got the cloud. Hey, Red. How you doing, buddy? So check out these minimums here.
November 2634 kilo, executive tower, runway 20, clear to land, wind
10,220 feet is the minimum descent, and the airport elevation is 7,800. It's crazy.
Southwest 14-3, contact Denver Center 118.57.
1857 for Southwest 1453. Oh, awesome, an air show. That's sweet, man.
Citation 2 Echoes, contact Salt Lake Center 12, correction, 135.77.
Denver Center, good evening, Southwest 1453, flight level 240.
Southwest 1453, Denver Center, roger.
The other thing to note about this approach that's not super common is it actually has a missed approach point.
November 592 Echo Sierra.
So look here, you can see this little thing there.
1453, cross 20 miles south of Red Table VOR at and maintain flight level 190 at 250 knots or less.
20 miles south of Red Table at flight level 190 and 250 knots for 1453. Jazz, no, we'll go outside PE range. For Thanatos last night, we went to Illinois. It was fun. I just need to have enough advance notice to get my scenery all sorted out. But we do not need to be in the PE area. It's more fun if you can be because we get ATC to play with, but it's not required. So as I was saying before we were interrupted by ATC, this missed approach point means that by this point, 11 DME, and notice we're counting up DME here from the, come on, Red Table VOR. We have to initiate the missed approach if we don't have the runway in sight. We cannot continue to the threshold. We have to initiate it there. So those are not super universal on charts, but it's on this one for a good reason. All right. So how long do we have? We have 60 miles from Blue Mesa to Red Table. So after about 40 miles, we need to be down 5,000 feet. So I'll start our descent here at Blue Mesa. That's fine. And we're already at 250 knots or less, so that part's not a problem. Trust me, we want to be slow. Slow is good. Fast is bad. This is a very steep approach. So. Go and get the VOR programmed in here. We know it's 113.0. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast, exactly. Good on disc golf too. And the radio we're going to track off Red Table here is 163. That is our course. Both sides. Aspen does have a tower and its own approach controller, so we will have ATC services all the way to the ground whenever that.
34 kilo, sorry, I don't think my transmission went through.
Whenever that might be.
Activating Mike and Alpha, this frequency.
Ideally on the runway. But we've got this set up for flaps 40 landing. We'll go max brakes 118. The runway is only 8,000 feet long, which seems like a lot until you remember that it's at 7,800 feet. So there's a very good chance we will run off the end. Even if we make it to the ground on the runway, we may run off the end of it. We're gonna have to be quick on those reversers. Check that weather, make sure. Yep, 11,800 is just fine. Visibility of 3 miles. We need to have at least 3 miles. Start that descent programming. That's set for 190. Hold on, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Okay, there goes the turn. So let's go ahead and start down. And again, if I'm not going to be putting the chart up as much as I normally do because I want people to be able to see. If you want to follow along, this is the VOR DME Charlie approach into Aspen. I'll paste the link in chat. Normally I overlay it. In this case, I have enough to worry about being able to just see it myself. So if you'd like to follow along, there's the link. And as has been noted before, this approach in this plane to this airport is not possible, not legal. But we're doing it anyway. Aspen is served by much smaller planes than this 737, which is in itself not a giant plane. That gives you an idea of what we're up against. Nice on the TV. I like it. I like the big screen experience. All right, we're going to make our altitude restriction no trouble at all. We'll keep it at 240. In fact, we can probably slow it down to 230. Already. I'm not taking chances, man. I want to stick this thing. If at all possible. Fred, I think he was talking about the wings, not the winglet. Could be wrong. Maybe you're right. That's how I read the question. I'll bring the anti-ice on. We don't do perfect landings even when it's like severe clear and on a 10,000 foot runway and a 172. So you shouldn't expect a perfect landing here either. Okay, coming up on 19,000. See our weather radar's having a good time painting us all the clouds here. Okay, altitude's acquired. This will slow us down now to 230, no trouble. Expecting a handoff to Aspen approach pretty soon, which is on 23.8, I can see by the chart. Get that ready. BRF will be 118. Super duper 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 slow for a 737. But that's good. We want it that way. Just resetting the weather to reapply and get fresh coverage here. Gustavo J.R. Perez, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, C210, that's another one that we, I was looking at that charted visual. That would be super fun. It's requires some sharp turns for sure, and that would be a nice way to see all the scenery. So that would be another good subscriber stream request. The Roaring Fork visual into Aspen. All right, we're good. Altitude wise, we're good. Speed wise, this is gonna be my litany over the next 20 minutes or so. Yeah, well, that's, I mean, my only prior experience with this approach was in a 757, and we didn't come anywhere close to low or slow fast enough, and the weather was absolutely garbage. We were using real world weather, and the minimums we were at minimums, so it was a no bueno. I'm gonna go ahead and put the next fix on the approach in here. So we have a idea of the turn magnitude we need to do. You can see it's a fairly steep right turn to get on the approach, which does not help us.
Southwest 1453, contact Aspen approach 123.8.
Aspen approach on 2384 1453. Aspen approach, good evening, Southwest 1453, flight level 190 with the weather. We'd like the VOR DMA Charlie from Red Table.
Southwest 1453, Aspen approach, roger. Expect full procedure from Red Table, VOR DMA Charlie.
All right, we'll expect that, thanks. Like I said in the flight plan remarks, wish me luck. This is an approach and an airport that is very commonly not flown in the real world if the weather is too low. Keith likes to say that Aspen glows below minimums as soon as there's a single cloud in the sky. That's not too far off from being true. When you need 2,400 feet above ground to land, you know you're in trouble. Oh, look. There's mountains already uncomfortably close to our aircraft. Not terrifying at all. This is fine. We're at 19,000 feet, I'll remind you. Cool, cool, cool. Normally we'd also have to make sure our altimeters are right on, but since we're using custom weather, it resets the actual altimeter to 2992, so we won't need to mess with that. This is going to be rough. Range down on the map so we can see a little bit more.
1453, descend to maintain 17,000.
17,000, 1453. Pretty much as soon as he gives me a descent, we're doing it. And we're doing it fast. Because we want to be able to level off and get our speeds down. I don't really want to have to keep pushing this weather button, but it seems like it's going to be a necessity. Especially since the presets are way too low. There we go. The departure procedure out of this airport is also quite entertaining, and often commonly misflown. So we may experiment with that at some point on a future stream too. Another good idea for a subscriber stream. Just saying. All right, there's 17,000. Our lights on. All looks good. We'll leave the anti-ice on, even though I don't think we'll need it. You never know what the custom weather is going to throw us. Falling out of the sky due to icing would not be as interesting as falling out of the sky for the...
1453, cross the red table at or above 14,000, cleared. VOR DME Charlie approach.
Okay, red table at or above 14,000, and we're cleared for the approach. VOR DME Charlie, Southwest 1453, thanks. Blah, 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 words. 14,000. Ah. Here, just go down. We'll mess with that in a minute. going to set our speed bug super low. We'll need to pop flaps 1 to get it below 210. But we are cleared for the approach. Initial client descent is 13,700, so we'll go ahead and set that. Right ends live. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. This should be fun. I'm excited. We had a nice departure at Albuquerque, which I'd never flown out of before. That was interesting to see that terrain. The scenery there is nice. Not much to look at right now because of the custom weather that Symbol has decreed for us. But after we get on the ground, I will clear the weather out and we'll look at just how cool this area is, because it is really something. In fact, I'm going to do this descent with the speed brake out. Just to help us slow down a little bit. Jay, I do not have a payware Aspen. To be honest with you, I didn't even know there was one. That's news to me. It's cool though. This is just what comes with X-Plane. It looks pretty good though. Decision height will be much higher than this 3-digit gauge can track. Sadly, but true. It's Dominista. Thank you for the follow. I don't know if this will do what we want it to do. Let's see. Nope. We can't have minimums above 1,000 feet. Hey, Jay, thanks for the follow, buddy. Good to know. All right, let's go ahead and switch our display over to VOR. You can see we need to make that right turn a little steeper. We'll go ahead and go map mode on the other side. We'll get back on course though, don't worry. We're already 2,500 above the ground. We can go down to 12,900 since we just passed red table. Flaps 1. Oh, xplane.org. Okay, yeah. I may have that one then. You tell me when we get to the ground. You can tell me if this is your scenery or not.
2,500.
That 2,500 is going to keep going off. Can already descend on our next one to 12,200. We need to steepen our descent rate quite a bit here. Speed brake is still out. Let's go full brakes. Auto brake needs to go to R2 maximum. Yeah, if cool. We're below minimums because we crossed a valley there. Neat. Not scary at all. All right, let's go flaps 5. I'm going to set this way down. Tower on 1885. Wish me luck. All right, boys. We need to be on localizer mode.
Contact LA Center 133.55.
2,500.
We need to go down to 10,800 right now. Need a lot more flaps right now. All the flaps and the gear.
Southwest 1453, any assistance required there with the approach?
We're working on it, 1453.
Okay.
We're at 9.5. We're nowhere close to being on the localizer. Not even close. Coming out of the weather, ATC asked if we need help. That was a good sign. We just didn't even come close to getting on the right course, and now we're headed towards mountains that are not even close to being the right place. All right, autopilot off. Gear up. Flaps all the way in. Oh, come on, auto throttles, don't fail me now. There we go. 1453, we're going around.
Up. Pull up. Terrain.
Southwest 1453, roger. Able to execute the published miss.
Probably not. We'll take a vector back to red table once we get up to a safe altitude here.
Southwest 1453, roger. Yeah, I'll need you up above 4,000 there for that to get you back towards the red table.
Okay, yep, we're climbing right now. We didn't crash. The throttles didn't come up right away because it was still on auto throttle and it hadn't recaptured, which is a feature of this plane that I normally am a huge fan of. Was not a fan of it this time. But as you can see, we are climbing no trouble now. All right, let's go ahead and hold at 14,000. Need to slow down now. Now we're going to overspeed.
Southwest 1453, turn right direct red table, across red table at 14,000. Clear to be a wire, DME, Charlie approach.
Okay, right direct turn, direct red table, and clear for the approach again, thanks. Okay, let's set our auto throttle for 250, that's fine. Now we can recapture the course and turn around direct. We'll try it again. Phase 421, thanks for the follow. Dargan Abuse RD, thank you for the follow. Symbol says that we get to our third attempt, he will graciously allow us to be KABQ. I have an idea that may help this time, or it may not. The problem is these things turn so stinking wide. So that turn that we made from red table to get on the course, we turned wide and we never were able to recapture the course because of the turning radius of this plane. So we're gonna do something unusual. We're gonna turn the yaw damper off, which will pop a warning that I will acknowledge. And we're gonna try doing it again much, much slower. But yeah, that terrain warning when we're on the approach is not a good thing. Like, if this was a real operation, we would have pulled up immediately, gone like, gear up, max thrust, let's go, get out of there. Hey, Kat, thanks for the host, buddy. But you can see, even just turning to get to red table right now is taking freaking ever. We basically just flew a big right circle. All right, we're gonna go ahead and chop our speed right now. Down to like 160. And I'll watch the flaps as we get closer here. Yeah, bank angle was cranked down a little bit. You got it, Jay. It was only one notch down, but that would definitely make a difference. We can go flaps 1. Go flaps 5. Course is 163. Gear down. B can go down to 150. Go flaps 15. Speed brake can come in. We've been flying with it out this whole time. That was a good sign. Go arm it for the landing. All right, I'm going to spin us out a little bit. I'm looking over here at this screen to see the rough course that we need to take. But as you can see, we need to make basically a very steep right-hand turn now, unfortunately. Flaps 25. Was not on my emergency go-around checklist there to pull the speed brake. Take it down to 38. Take a drink. I only have LaCroix tonight, sorry. Probably should have thought ahead. All right, we're 2 miles now, so I'm going to go ahead and start that right turn. Let's get on this thing. Quicker this time. Uncertified pilot, thank you for the host, my friend. We'll go full flaps. We're at 20 above VREF now. We need to go down to 13,700. Capture that localizer. There it is. And we can go down to 12.9. We're through it a little bit, but not too bad here. Better than last time already. Once this gets to 3.5, we can go to 12.2. We do need to steepen our descent rate quite a bit. Okay, let's go down to 12.2. 12.2 to 6 miles. Speed's much better this time. Much, much better. In fact, I'm going to go down to 10 above VREF.
Southwest 1453, contact Aspen Tower 118.85.
18.85, thanks, Aspen. Southwest 1453. Talk to them in a minute. We got a bigger fish to fry here. After 6, we can go to 10.8. That'll be fine. Aspen Tower, good evening. Southwest 1453, VOR DME Charlie.
Southwest 1453, Aspen Tower, wind 160 at 7, runway 15, clear line.
Clear line 15, 1453. We're at 6,000 now. We're... Oh shit, we didn't get descending. I didn't put the VS in. We're going to be too high. We're going to be too high. Ah. We can go to 12.2. Or 10.2, excuse me. We got to get down super fast, though. Because when that DME, this clicks to 11, we got to go around if we don't have sight on the runway. Thankfully, I have sight of a runway there.
2,500.
Autopilot can come off. See it up there? I can see it. Keep it on auto throttle for a sec. Yeah, chat's super quiet. Everyone's like, what's going to happen?
2,500.
As I mentioned earlier, this is not the end of the story. We still have to land this thing correctly, and we have to not run off the end of the runway if possible, which may not even be possible. We are full flaps. Speed brake is armed but not out. Auto brake is on max. Everyone's looking out the window saying, what is this guy doing? I'm wondering what I'm doing. Why did I even sign up for this? Auto throttle can go off. As you can see, this is still a very, very steep descent to a very short runway. We do not have room to float this thing at all.
Minimum.
Yeah, we were at minimums a long time ago, bud. Your stupid 3-digit minimum support is not good enough for this approach. We are too slow. We are too fast. We are too slow. There we go.
Terrain.
Yep. There is some terrain out there.
500. 400.
We're going to plant this thing hard.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Reverser's out. Reverser's in. On the brakes. Aside from the gear damaging landing, we're here. Welcome to Aspen, ladies and gentlemen. Local time is new shorts o'clock. Could have made the first turn off. Yep, it's true. It's true.
Southwest 1453 exit left when able, join Alpha to the ramp, monitor ground point enter.
Alpha to the ground. Alpha to the ramp and monitor ground. If you could get the new shorts over here, that'd be great. Yeah, we'll watch the replay. I do not have the landing.
Sorry, say that again, Tim. I missed that.
I was just saying we'll need some new shorts up here in the flight deck.
Okay.
Yeah, wings are still there. Everyone lived. Yeah, the terminal's to the right. I'm just driving over here to get off the taxiway here. All right. Set the brake. We'll sit here for just a sec so that PE Aware can log our flight. Flaps are in. Speed brake can come in. Set parking brake. Thank you. Whew. I need a minute. Let's see what games. Thank you for the follow. All right.
Disconnected.
Disconnect from PE. We'll go into replay mode. Yeah, I just run into the fuel tanks. It's fine. So in the real world, to land at this airport, you have to have flown as a jump seater like 3 or 4 times at least. And then fly it yourselves with a like similarly qualified check captain like 3 or 4 times. Like, this is not to be trifled with. All right, first we'll watch it from the cockpit so we can try and catch the VS on the ground. I planted it hard and I knew I would. I was more worried about running out of runway than I was about like landing super safe. So we'll try and watch it here. We're at 500. Yeah, so about 200, but it was still climbing quickly. We'll do it one more time and I'll try and zoom in a little bit more. I don't know why our sounds are all goofed. Field elevation is 7,800, 7,830. So just watch these two and we'll try and see when you can kind of see when this stops moving, you should be able to see what the VS was. No, I flared it pretty hard right at the end there. I don't know, we got so much sound. Let me turn that down. 7860. This is slow-mo here. Oh, here you go, even better. Radar altimeter, 0. But it's still going down until right about there. Let's go back. Here, we can do it from the outside. So we're off the ground here. Mains hit there. So VS of 400. All right, Jay, I will definitely check it out for sure. Let's watch that again from the outside. I mean, we came down hard, and that was semi-intentional. I was so concerned that we would be out of runway, which turned out to not even be the problem at all. Yep. But we were pretty close, pretty damn close to the center line, considering. When did we pop out? We'll go in the cockpit for this. Yeah, speed right was just over the numbers. So in terms of landing speed, we actually did pretty well. Here, we'll watch it from here. I didn't need to plan it as hard as I did. We could have flared it. We could have floated it a little bit more. We could have come in a little bit actually steeper. I came in super shallow. So good to know for next time. If there ever is a next time. Thanks, Jazz. Have a good night, buddy. The one thing I'm going to do after we watch this one more time is we'll pull out all this nasty weather, and I'll let you all see the beauty of this area. That was the most aggressively I've used the controls on an approach in a long, long time. Surged the slot throttles too much there. That was better. Landing lights were on the whole time. Sucker. Check that out. No drinks for me. But we dove for the runway here. And I flared it at the very last minute. And I didn't even flare it that hard. Like, we might have touched down on the nose first. But as we said, probably could have made that first turnoff. All told, considering that was attempt number 2 on that approach, I will take it. All right, let's go out of replay mode. So here we are, Aspen Airport, elevation 7,800. And let's go see what it actually looks like. There we go. Just freaking stunning terrain around here. But you can see the necessity of following the minimums is pretty important. And we were off course on that approach the first time around, and we got terrain warnings. And it's not hard to see why. I also think that we have no chance of getting the 757 in here. That's never going to happen. Nice job, Symbol. Good job, good call on the stream. Did you get your money's worth? And we got the controller asking if we needed help with the approach. That's always a good sign. Whoa, what emote is that? Never seen that one before. What is that? Oh, CPAX cheers. Nice. Okay, friends. I think that will do it for me tonight. That was about an hour and 40 minutes, which is shorter than I usually do, but got the jitters, man. I need to go calm down. Thanks a lot to Symbol for an excellent job deciding on our subscriber stream. If that looked like fun to you and you want to subject me to something else, feel free to mash the sub button, hit me up on Discord, and we will set something up. In the meantime, have some wings to all the new subscribers tonight. Some wings for Symbol for a nice job coming up with the challenge. And I will see you again soon. I'll be on chat and Discord for a little bit if you have any final thoughts for me.